Welcome to Eerie Bites of History, your daily serving of strange bites of the past. In today's video, you'll hear about a woman who woke up from a coma speaking a lost language, a train that vanished without a trace only to reappear mysteriously, and a chilling warning call from the future. All that happened on July 8th. Let's begin. On July 8th, 2009, a woman in Naples, Italy, defined everything modern science thought they knew about the brain. After spending 3 days in a coma following a car accident, she woke up and began speaking, but not Italian, or even any modern language. To the astonishment of her doctors and family, she spoke fluent Etruscan, an ancient tongue that has been considered extinct for 2 millennia. The Etruscan language, spoken by pre-Roman civilization in central Italy, has never been fully understood. It only survives in fragmented inscriptions, most of which have never been conclusively translated. Yet this woman, a 38-year-old office clerk with no formal education beyond high school, began reciting phrases and symbols that stunned local linguists. Experts were called in. What they discovered was even more disturbing. Her speech patterns, syntax, and vocabulary matched all known Etruscan texts almost perfectly. But how? She had never studied ancient history, never traveled outside of Italy. She had no history of mental illness. Even more puzzling, MRI scans showed no brain damage, no signs of trauma that could explain her sudden linguistic shift. Some researchers suggested that she may have heard the language somewhere and subconsciously retained it, but no plausible source could be found. Others whispered of past lives, genetic memory, or even something darker, perhaps a voice from the ancient world speaking through her. To this day, her identity remains protected. Although her Etruscan fluency slowly faded over the next year, she retained fragments and continued to dream in the language after she stopped speaking it. Was it a medical anomaly or a message from a forgotten civilization? On July 8, 1992, in the deep, vast, unforgiving wilderness of Siberia, a route of train passengers embarked on what should have been a simple journey across the Russian countryside. But somewhere along the stretch of desolated tracks, the train and everyone aboard simply vanished. For nearly 5 hours, all contact was lost. Radar systems, radio signals, track equipment showed nothing. It was as if the train had slipped off the face of the earth. Panic spread among officials who launched emergency search efforts, fearing a catastrophic derailment or a hijacking, but no wreckage was found. Then, just as suddenly as it had disappeared, the train reappeared, over 200 kilometers away from where it should have been, completely intact, still running along its tracks, and entirely unaware of the chaos it had caused. When questioned, the passengers reported something even more unsettling. They believed only a few minutes had passed since the last station. Many described a sudden fog, strange vibration, and a powerful sense of déjà vu. Several were disorientated, accompanied by nausea, distortion of time. Some had reoccurring dreams, vast, empty landscape, and voices calling from nowhere. The official explanation was an equipment malfunction. But it took little to convince the locals, who whispered about dimensional rifts, Soviet-era experiments, and secret government cover-ups. To this day, this incident is largely erased from public records, but survivors remember, even if they can't fully explain what happened. Was it a glitch in reality, a wrinkle in time, or something far more sinister, buried deep in the Serbian wilderness? On July 8, 2002, in Seoul, South Korea, a 27-year-old woman named Gio received a strange, unsettling phone call just after midnight. The voice on the other line, soft, distorted, and emotionless, said only one thing: avoid the station tomorrow. Then the call disconnected. When she tried to call the number back, her phone displayed only a black screen. No digits, no caller ID. Confused but uneasy, she decided to take the warning seriously and called in sick to work the next morning. That decision may have saved her life. At 9:17 on July 9th, the commuter train derailed at the exact station she would normally use. 51 people were killed and dozens more injured in one of the deadliest rail disasters in recent South Korean history. Shaken, she later contacted the authorities to report the anonymous warning. But when investigators checked the phone records, both hers and the telecommunication companies, they found no incoming calls at the time she claimed. No record, no trace. Some suggested it was a prank, others said it was a hallucination, coincidence, or a moment of intuition. But she remained adamant that she heard the voice that felt neither human nor machine. Was it something from the future, a guardian angel, or a glitch in the timeline? Today, no one has been able to explain the call, how someone or something knew what was coming. Like your history snack-sized? Drop a comment with your favorite bite and subscribe. Join us daily for your eerie dose of the past.